Hello friends. Today we are going to talk about recurrence relations and generating function. In continuation on that, earlier I have told about how we can find out whether a given recurrence relation is homogeneous or not. Okay, as well as we have defined how to determine the order and degree of any recurrence relation. Okay, next we are going to talk about here is how to solve any recurrence relation, that is methods for solving recurrence relation. Basically there are three methods to solve any recurrence relation. Out of this, the first method is called iteration method, the second method is called characteristic roots method, and the third one is called generating function method. So these are the three methods for solving any recurrence relation, that is iteration method, characteristic roots method, and generating function method. Okay, so let me talk about this first one, that is called iteration method. This can be understood by one example. As the name is, we have to iterate for the different values of the sequences. Okay, that means suppose we have to solve the recurrence relation an equals to an minus 1 plus 2 with n greater than equals to 2 subject to initial condition a1 equals to 3. First thing that you have to notice here is this is a recurrence relation which is of degree 1. Degree is 1 because the here the power to an and an minus 1 both is 1. That's why this is a recurrence relation of degree 1. If you talk about order, so the difference of highest and lowest subscript, that is n and n minus 1, is also 1. So that's why this is a recurrence relation of order 1 and degree 1. It means it is a linear recurrence relation. Okay, and this is non-homogeneous because there is some element which is not a multiple of any ai, and that is a constant term 2. Okay, and here we have given the initial condition to be a1 equals to 3. Now how to solve this recurrence relation? By the method of iteration. Okay, so let me do this. Here we are, since we have given that an equals to an minus 1 plus 2, let us say this is equation number 1. After that, what we have done, from this we can write an minus 1 equals to an minus 2 plus 2. It means we have just replaced n by n minus 1. So therefore you will get an minus 1 equals to an minus 2 plus 2. Here we have put n equals to n minus 1. You will get an minus 1 equals to an minus 2 plus 2. Okay, and this, then from this equation number 1, if we put this value of an minus 1 here, you will get an equals to an minus 1. So in place of an minus 1 you can put this value an minus 2 plus 2, an minus 2 plus 2 and plus 2. So therefore this can be written as an minus 2 plus 2 plus 2 can be written as 2 times 2. Okay, suppose this is your equation number 2. In the same way this an minus 2 can be obtained by putting n equals to n minus 2 in equation number 1. Okay, in equation number 1 we are placing n equals to n minus 1, n minus 2. So you will get an minus 2 equals to an minus 3 plus 2. Now again put this value of an minus 2 in this equation number 2. Okay, so what you will get, an equals to in place of an minus 2 we have to put an minus 3 plus 2, an minus 3 plus 2 plus 2 into 2. Now this will be written as an minus 3 plus 2 plus 2 into 2 can be written as 3 into 2. Okay, so one common pattern is there. Whenever we are writing here an minus 1, here we are writing 1 into 2. Whenever we are writing here an minus 2, here we are writing 2 into 2, 2 into 2. Whenever here we are writing an minus 3, here we are writing 3 into 2. Okay, so from this we can conclude In the general, an equals to an minus k plus k into 2. This is derived from this pattern here. Whenever here we are writing n minus 1, here it is 1 minus 2, 1 into 2. Whenever here we are n minus 2, we have to write 2 into 2. Whenever n minus 3, we have to write 3 into 2. In the same way, whenever n minus k, we have to write k into 2. Okay? So after that, if we put the here k equals to n minus 1, you will get an equals to, we have put k equals to n minus 1, n minus n plus 1, therefore it will be a1 plus n minus 1 into 2, and that's why it will be a1. The value of a1 is 3 here, so that's why we can write here 3 plus 2 into n minus 2, 2 into n minus 2, and this can further be simplified as an equals to 2n plus 1. And this is the solution of this given recurrence relation. Whenever we are saying that we have to solve a recurrence relation, it means we have to find out the value of an term independent of its previous terms. Okay? Earlier an is defined in terms of an minus 1. So that is the recurrence relation. And whenever we are solving any recurrence relation, we have to find out the value of an independent of any previous term. So here we have got the value of an, and that is equals to 2n plus 1, which is independent of any previous term. If you put n equals to 1, you will get 2 into 1 plus 1, and that is 3. In the same way, if you got place here n equals to 2, you will get a2 equals to 2 into 2 plus 1, that is 5, and so on. Okay, so therefore this is the solution of recurrence relation, and this is the way to solve by iteration method for any linear recurrence relation. Second method is called to be as characteristic roots method. In characteristic root method, what we are saying, as you know, the general form of any homogeneous linear recurrence relation is C0 an plus C1 an minus 1 plus C2 an minus 2 plus so on plus Ck an minus k is equals to 0. Is equals to 0 is there due to we are talking about homogeneous recurrence relation, and this is a linear homogeneous recurrence relation of order k because the difference of n and n minus k, that is highest and lowest subscript, is k here. So that's why this is a linear homogeneous recurrence relation of order k. So in order to solve any linear homogeneous recurrence relation by the method of characteristic roots, what we have to do, we will assume that its solution, that is an, is of the form a into r to the power n. Here capital A is the any constant value, r is called characteristic roots, and n is the term in which the recurrence relation is defined. Okay, so for this general form of homogeneous recurrence relation, we will assume that the solution is of the form an equals to a into r to power n. Okay, and since it is the solution of the recurrence relation, and therefore it will satisfy this given equation. Okay, as you know, for any equation, if a particular solution is there, then that solution has to satisfy the given equation. Now we will put the value of an in this recurrence relation. Okay, so if we put these values in the recurrence relation, you will get C0. In place of an, we can write a into r to power n, because we have taken this to be solution. In the same way, plus C1 an minus 1. In place of an minus 1, we can write a into r to power n minus 1, because the value of an is a into r to power n. Therefore, the value of an minus 1 will be obtained by placing n minus 1 in place of n. So therefore, it will be a r to power n minus 1. In the same way, we can find out the value of an minus 2, and the value of an minus 2 will be C2 a r to power n minus 2, and so on, plus Ck a r to power n minus k, and that is equals to 0. So this equation is obtained by putting the value of an and an minus 1 and so on. Okay. Now let us take some common term here. If we take a r to power n minus k common from this equation, we are taking a r to power n minus k common. So that's why here we will get c0. Here we will get c0, and out of this we have taken a r to power n minus k outside. So therefore the remaining value will be r to power k, because these two will be combined together to form r to power n. In the same way, here also we are taking out a r to power n minus k. So that's why the remaining value will be c1 r to power k minus 1. Here we will get c2 r to power k minus 2 plus so on, plus here you will get only ck, because this all has been taken common outside. Okay. So we have got this one. Out of these two, either this value will be equals to 0 or this value will be equals to 0. And since we have assumed that a r to power n is the solution, therefore this value cannot be equals to 0, because this can be written as a r to power n upon r to power k. Since a r to power n cannot be 0, therefore a r to power n minus k also cannot be 0. It means what? It leads to the possibility that this portion will be equals to 0. Okay. So therefore from this we can conclude that c0 r to power k plus c1 r to power k minus 1 plus c2 r to power k minus 2 plus so on ck equals to 0. Now this equation is known to be as, this equation is called to be as characteristic equation of the recurrence relation. Okay. So this equation is known to be as characteristic equation of the recurrence relation. So what is the point here? So the point is that whenever we have given any recurrence relation of this form, we can write its characteristic equation of this form directly. And solving this characteristic equation, you will get roots, and that roots will be what? K number of roots, because this is a polynomial of degree k. That's why it will produce k number of roots, and this k number of roots, which are the solution of this equation, are known to be as characteristic roots. Okay. So whenever we have to solve a recurrence relation, the first thing is to, we have to write its characteristic equation of this form, and then after using this characteristic equation, we have to obtain its characteristic roots by solving it. Okay. Once we have obtained characteristic roots, next thing we have to do is, here we are saying a characteristic equation of degree k has k characteristic root. As you know, any polynomial of degree k will have k number of roots. Okay. And if these roots, जो हमने k roots obtain किए r1, r2, r3, rk, if all of these are distinct and real, it means no values are repeated and all the values are real number, then the general form of the solution for the given homogeneous recurrence relation will be an equals to a1 r1 raised to power n plus a2 r2 raised to power n plus a3 r3 raised to power n plus so on plus ak rk raised to power n. Here r1 r2 r3 rk are the k number of real and distinct roots, and a1 a2 a3 ak are the constant terms. Okay, which can be selected to satisfy any initial condition, and that initial condition will be specified with the given homogeneous recurrence relation. Okay, so using this all, we can solve this given recurrence relation. Now what we have to do here, so the problem statement is, we have to solve the recurrence relation an equals to an minus 1 plus 2 an minus 2 with n greater than equals to 2, and the initial conditions a0 equals to 0 and a1 equals to 1. Okay, so this is the given recurrence relation. Now if we write this relation as an minus 1 minus 2 an minus 2 equals to 0, and compare it with the general form of the given recurrence relation, we can say this is a linear recurrence relation of order 2. Okay. Why order is 2? So order of the recurrence relation is 2 because the difference of highest subscript, that is n, and the lowest subscript, that is n minus 2, is equals to 2. Therefore, this is a linear recurrence relation of order 2. And it is of degree 1 because the power 2 an minus 1 and an minus 2 is 1. So that's why this is an example of linear recurrence relation. And this is also homogeneous recurrence relation because there is no term except the multiple of ai's. Okay, that's why this is an example of homogeneous recurrence relation. And in order to solve homogeneous recurrence relation, the first thing we have to do is we have to write its characteristic equation. Okay, and in order to write characteristic equation, we have to write in the form of C0 r to power k plus C1 r to power k minus 1 plus C2 r to power k minus 2 and so on plus Ck equals to 0. Okay, so first of all, the value for k will be equals to 2, C0 value is 1, C1 value is minus 1, C2 value is minus 2. So the corresponding characteristic equation will be r square 1 into r to power 2, that is r square, minus 1 into r to power 1, that is minus r, minus 2 equals to 0. So this is the characteristic equation of this recurrence relation, that is r square minus r minus 2 equals to 0. And this is a polynomial of degree 2. We can solve this by making factor, that is r minus 2 r plus 1 equals to 0. Okay, and therefore you will get the value for r equals to 2 and minus 1. Because this is a polynomial of degree 2, that's why it will produce 2 roots, and the roots are 2 and minus 1. Since these two roots are distinct, therefore the general solution for this recurrence relation will be of the form an, because here whenever we are solving this recurrence relation, the objective is to we have to compute the value of an independent of previous term. So therefore the corresponding solution will be an equals to a1 into the first root, that is 2 raised to power n, plus a2 second root, that is minus 1 raised to power n. So this is the solution of this recurrence relation where a1 and a2 are the constants. Since we have given some initial conditions, and initial conditions are a0 equals to 0 and a1 equals to 1, so therefore putting these values of initial conditions, we can obtain the value of this constant term a1 and a2. So let us do this. Since we have given a0 equals to 0, and a0 will be obtained by putting n equals to 0 in this equation. So if we put n equals to 0 in this equation, here you will get a1 2 to power 0, that is a1, plus a2 minus 1 to power 0, that is a2, and that equals to a0, and a0 is given to be as 0. So therefore the corresponding equation will be a1 plus a2 equals to 0. Let us say this is first equation. In the same way, since we have given a1 equals to 1, and a1 will be obtained by putting n equals to 1 in this equation. If you put n equals to 1, you will get a1 2 to power 1, that is 2a1 plus a2 minus 1 ki power n, that is minus a2, and equals to a1, and that is 1. So this is your second equation. Now we have two equations and two unknowns, that is a1 and a2. So we can solve these two equations 1 and 2 and obtain the value of a1 and a2. So if you solve these two equations, you will get a1 equals to 1 by 3 and a2 equals to minus 1 by 3. Now we can put the value of a1 and a2 in the solution to obtain final solution. Okay, therefore the final solution will be for this recurrence relation, that is an equals to, in place of a1 we can write 1 by 3. So therefore 1 by 3 2 ki power n minus 1 by 3 minus 1 की power n. So this is the complete solution of the given homogeneous recurrence relation, and that is an equals to an minus 1 plus 2 an minus 2. So this is the way to solve any homogeneous recurrence relation by the method of characteristic roots. So what is the process? The process is, first of all, we have to write its characteristic equation. Then after, we have to solve that characteristic equation to obtain characteristic roots. After obtaining characteristic roots, we have to write its general solution. Now, if we are provided with some initial conditions, then by the help of that initial conditions, we can obtain the, or we can evaluate the corresponding constant terms of the solution equation. Okay. So this is the process to solve any recurrence relation, homogeneous recurrence relation, by the means of characteristic roots method. Okay. That's all. Thank you.